Die! We're back with Dubster Live! The show where we look at something's English dub and, yeah, I'm just gonna say this now. Go watch Vinland Saga if you haven't seen it already.
Vinland!
Go on, go watch it. Dude, it's Berserk with Vikings! It's the best way I could sum it up. Because people aren't wrong, the best way to experience this is to go in as blind as possible with it. Especially with Season 2 coming up. Because, who doesn't want to... Yeah. But, I guess let's get into this. We'll try keeping the spoilers as light as possible, but that's kind of hard to do in a show like this. Vinland Saga, or Vinland Saga, is a manga by Makoto Yukimura. That started in October of 2013, and I believe is currently on its final arc.
The last one since the final one.
Yeah. With Season 1 being produced by Studio Wit in 2019. You know, it's the studio behind Attack on Titan and also worked on Spy X Family. Before they lost Attack on Titan to MAPPA, much like they lost Vinland Saga to MAPPA. Damn it, Wit. Anyway, Season 1 of this was locked in the Amazon jail, which I think is worse than Netflix jail, because at least Netflix dubbed their damn content. Amazon just leave it in Weebanese for years until, But it's because of this reason that we didn't just get one, we got 2 dubs for Vinland Saga. One by Sentai, which will get its own video later, and...
eventually.
One by VSI Los Angeles, the people behind the terrific Netflix dub of Avon Jellyfish. Yay. No, this dub's actually fine. That's the one we're covering today. This dub was produced exclusively for the Japanese Netflix market. I am so confused on this. And then was later released worldwide everywhere else. Early 2022. Earlier in 2022. So, yeah. Our story follows Thorfinn, who's on a quest for revenge, because, he saw a guy named Askeladd kill his daddy in front of him. Askeladd's the leader of a mercenary group, or pirate group, whatever you want to call it. Thorfinn ends up joining up with them and working for them, and the promise that if he does, eventually he'll get to fight Askeladd in an honorable duel to revenge his daddy. And Askeladd, being kind of a dick, manipulates Thorfinn's anger to his advantage. Hey, you want me to fight you? You want me to fight? Okay, well, go kill that guy first, then maybe I'll think about it.
And then he died.
And then, as we said, it's all about Vikings and shit, so... It takes place right when the war between England and Denmark is about to break out. So naturally, this shit is way more complicated than I made it sound. There's plenty of political backstabbing and all that shit, especially with Askeladd.
And just literal stabbing.
I know, man! But we'll get to the characters when we introduce them, when we list off their buzz. So first, animation. Duh, it's Wit. I'm guessing it's not shit.
It's not shit.
The only thing I heard people, I guess slightly criticized from what I looked up was the CGI, where there are some segments where you just see soldiers made out of CG and it just looks jarring. But that's...
Yep.
Yeah. Again, though, that's to be expected. It's Wit. Didn't they have CG Titans? At some points. Pretty sure in season 2 or 3.
CGI Titans.
Yeah. But hey, at least stop Berserk 2016! Right? Anyway. As far as the music goes, I like it. It fits the time period and all that stuff. And I think I prefer the second OP over the first one. The first one's the one that literally everyone covered, too. But yeah. I guess it's time to get to why this is called Dubster Live. So, for the VSI dub, or Netflix dub, whatever you want to call it. ADR directors, there were 2 of them. Chris Kasem, who we've covered here before, and Kevin Hoffer, who worked on that Yakuza House Husband show. You all know the one. That's one that's getting a season 2 very soon. So, yeah. With script by Kyle McCarley, that guy who was Mob and then Cry Like a Woman on Twitter or something. I don't know. I didn't really follow that as much as I probably could have. Jokes aside, though, I actually really do like the script for this show. It doesn't copious amounts of swearing or any of that either. Whenever someone swears, it's used correctly, which works for this, and I don't know. Did you like the script, Di? Did you have fun with it? What?
I don't know, are you crying about the script?
Yes! I'm crying because it's so beautiful. I mean, there was only one thing that I'd call out that was silly, but that's going to be in any dub of this, and you know what I'm referring to, Di. Where, Thorfinn is talking to a woman saying he doesn't speak English while he's saying this in English. Because he's supposed to be speaking Norse here. I wonder how this was handled in Lebanese. But,
you know exactly how it's handled.
But yeah, so there's a lot of moments like that. There's even a scene where Thorfinn has to be translated for when he's speaking in Norse to English for someone, and Ben Diskin is translating for him. So you hear it in the background. It's silly, but it's expected. Whenever you hear a dub basically make a... I'm like, hey, I wish I knew English, and they say it in English, it's always going to be funny. But that's it. Outside of that, I didn't notice anything odd or whatever. Like I said, I actually really like the script for this. Speaking of Thorfinn, he's got 2 voice actors. So first, the Thorfinn we primarily see, the one who's angry and edgy, is voiced by Alex Lee, who's never voiced anyone edgy before. You know what like Mikey from Tokyo Revengers. He's not edgy, right?
Yes, not edgy.
Or Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. Okay, I don't think that one's really that edgy. He's just beta male. I mean, could you imagine being interested in Nezuko? Fucking weirdo, am I right?
Yeah, what a weirdo.
I know. Nezuko's totes hot, by the way. Anyway, Alex Lee actually does a good job as Thorfinn. I saw some people online basically saying, like, I don't know, he sounds emo. And it's like, yeah, but that's kind of Thorfinn's character. He's angry. That's his whole thing. He wants revenge. And I actually really like the writing they did with him, because they use the main character to show you that he's kind of doing the wrong shit, living his life and wasting it for revenge, and leaving family that's still left alive and other paths open to him behind. Very similar lesson that Guts is forced to learn in Berserk, actually. I'm just so shocked that Berserk fans like the show so much.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
But yeah. Alex, I think, did a good job with him, especially with all the gut-wrenching screaming he has to do on a regular basis.
So a typical Tuesday night for him.
Yeah. See, people watching our Bleached Dubster Dives, I told you, I actually really do like Alex. When you get him in the right role, it's fucking great, and this is one of them, I think. Moving on, the other Thorfinn, as in flashback Thorfinn, or when he's younger. He is voiced by Laura Stahl, Barbara Sama from Genshin Impact, and that other southern chick, Shinyan Dai, the one whose name I can never remember. Is that her name?
I guess.
Shinyan. I don't remember the southern chick from Genshin. Whatever.
If you don't remember the character, you literally just watched a story thing.
Don't blame me. I just remember her being southern. Also, she's a real man. Welcome to Demon School. And again, I think she does fine also, because this is before Thorfinn went all angry. And even when Thorfinn does get angry when he's younger.
And during when he went angry.
Yeah, I think she did a really good job as young Thorfinn. Moving on, though, we have a lot of people's favorite character, for good reason, Askeladd, the leader of the mercenary pirate group that Thorfinn ends up joining up with, because he sees Askeladd, kill his daddy. He's voiced by Kirk Thornton. Brandon Heat from Gungrave, speaking of things inspired by Berserk. Saito from Rurouni Kenshin. And most importantly...
Brandon Heat has not much to go on. He doesn't even talk 90% of the time.
Yes, Ty, but he's Rape Horse in Berserk 2016. I knew you wanted to slap me for that. No, but Askeladd is fucking awesome. He's a great character. Because even when he's doing messed up shit, like just straight up evilish shit, you still love watching what he's doing. And
he even does planning in his head. He even straight up channels his inner light saying, I win.
Yeah. Askeladd is awesome. I saw a lot of people say he's one of their favorite villains in anime or antagonists in anime. It's like, yeah, I can totally see why. Because he just screams charismatic every time he talks. I think Kirk Thornton's probably my favorite Va in this dubcast, actually, because of what he did with Askeladd. But yeah. Speaking of Askeladd, his right-hand man, Bjorn, his whole thing is taking berserker mushrooms and going ape shit. He's voiced by Ray Chase. Anyone remember Noctis from FF15? Do people still like FF15?
That just sounds silly.
And Moscus from
Noctis,
Berserk 2016.
Who didn't get
What?
Who didn't get that much because the game was a mess.
Well, Bjorn's fun too. Again, his whole thing is just he being loyal to Askeladd. He's his right-hand man. That's more or less it.
His right hand comes off?
Yeah. And he's loyal to him because of honor and shit. And Ray Chase does a good job with him. After him, we have Thorfinn's daddy, who is there a decent amount, so. Voiced by Greg Chun, who's Date from AI Somnium Files, currently uploading that to our YouTube channel, you know, so if you want to check that out, it's fun. And Muzan in Demon Slayer. Oh. And again, I think Greg does a great job here sounding like Viking badass coon. I mean, for how little the character's in the entire show, he's able to leave an impression. Dude, no joke, there were people actually angry that they killed off Thor's because they thought he was the main character. All you have to legit do is read the synopsis of the franchise, and it more or less tells you, it's like, yeah, he's not going to make it. But I just thought that was silly.
He probably makes it a lot longer than you think.
Yeah, he does. Which I think works out very well, because if you want a character to have an impact when they get murked, you need to have them stick around for more than 10 minutes. They need to stick around for at least a handful of episodes. Hence, Kamina and Gurren Lagann, for example. Now, after Thor's...
Oh, you mean the thing a lot of animes try to copy but fail at because they only keep the character around for like 2 episodes?
Yeah, exactly. So, Thor's actually does a decent attempt at the whole Kamina situation. He leaves an impression, and they do the whole flashbacks to him as well. So we see what a great person he was. And why Thorfinn looked up to him so much. But now we have Thor's...
He's also the narrator?
Yeah, he is. I was going to get to that at the end when we mention all the recycled
Does it label
voices.
Thor's as the narrator, or is
no,
it
just says
both
narrator.
in the same language?
No, it just says narrator. I don't know if it's both in the same language, but I just like thinking in my headcanon that, oh, I guess Thor's is narrating the Viking heritage to us, because it makes sense. So it could be the
I
same.
wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Yeah.
Especially after what we just got with Yuha and Bleach.
Yeah. But Thor's best friend, the one that we kept memeing because of his name, Leif Erikson. Happy Leif Erikson Day. Leif Erikson is, you know, just a wise older dude who means well. That's basically it. He's Thor's friend and wants to do right for Thorfinn. He wants the best for him. He's voiced by Frank Dadaro. Draw Luke from Vampire Dies in no time, and Wei Ping in Kingdom. Speaking of shows we should probably check out at some point. I heard people say Kingdom is good.
So, like, shows from, like, every Dubster.
Yeah. And honestly, because I'm so used to hearing his stupid Draw Luke voice, because it's the last thing I'm ever hearing him in off the top of my head, When I heard him as Leif Erikson, I couldn't even tell it was him at first.
You were like, where's your stereotypical vampire accent?
Yeah.
Where's your Dracula impersonation?
Well, after him, though, we have the King of Denmark, King Sweyn, voiced by Jameson Price. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's just more hilarious with how he more or less gives speech about how he's going to conquer the world and kill those he doesn't agree with. You don't know him as former Chad in Bleach and Hercule in the LA dub of Dragon Ball Super, for anyone who remembers that exists.
No one posts bests.
Anyone wondering, I can't even pretend Jameson Price does a good job as Swain. I'm not going to shit on his voice acting. So, yeah, he comes across a very, like, slimy, conniving king prick who just like, I want to extend my land. I don't care who I have to fuck over.
You can tell how little the king actually does. It's based on his appearance. Because he's heavy set and he has
he's fat. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fat and he has like pimples and shit on his face.
Just remember, he's got multiple kids, meaning someone slept with that. Then again, it's the era of slaves and shit, so...
Yeah. I mean, he is the fucking king.
Yeah. Again, Jameson does a good job with him, so I can't say anything otherwise. He's a good villain, I guess, that tries fucking people over. Speaking of which,
everyone tries fucking people over.
Exactly, that's what makes it so great to watch. The character writing in this show is so fucking good. After him, though, we have the king's one of his main attendants, Floki, who's another Viking commander, voiced by Keith Silverstein, who you don't know is Zhongli from Genshin and Hunk in a lot of the Resident Evil games. I wonder if he'll still be Hunk in RE4 make. Will they even have Hunk in RE4 make?
Well, that would require that mercenaries to not be garbage.
Yeah.
And to exist.
Well, Keith also does a good job as Floki. I don't think I've heard a bad Keith performance. Someone's going to put out, well, actually, like 20 years ago when he first started. That's not like that. Come on.
Oh, you mean he improved after 20 years of voicing?
Oh, I'm just maybe.
No
I don't know.
way.
I haven't heard his first role, so who the hell knows? But yeah. After him, we have the king's son, Prince Canute, who starts off as a mute, but gradually starts talking more when he realizes what he wants to do. And as we kept calling him, Prince Griffith. They're not even being subtle with what he's inspired by here. Literally, his first lines of dialogue are talking about a hawk.
And they keep zooming in on his eyes.
Dude, he even makes a comment saying, I don't care if I have to sell my soul to demons to get what I want. Like, really?
Man, that's really on there.
Well,
that poor nose.
Canute is voiced by Griffin Burns, who you don't know is Tartaglia, or Tortilla in Genshin, and Fujimaru from Fate Grand Orders anime. And after hearing him here, I think he might actually be able to pull off an okay Griffith if they needed someone for the Berserk Memorial Edition dub, which surprisingly still doesn't exist yet. I thought they'd rush on that shit.
The dub that was announced, it never came out. Classic fun. A Crunchyroll, yeah.
Yeah, same thing. But yeah, at first I was like, hey, you know, Griffin might be able to do an okay judo in Berserk. It's like hearing this, like, you know, if they can't get Griffith's voice actor back, maybe you just make him Griffith. He sounds alright. He might be able to ham it up and all that.
He's literally playing Griffith.
Yeah. Just not as evil here.
You got it.
Yeah, who knows where that's gonna go. Anyway, he has two attendants of his own that are main characters. First, Ragnar, speaking of Kamina, Kai Bear. You don't also know as Aizen in Bleach. Ragnar's also a great character. Again, he wants to protect the prince from all this, because the prince, Canute is a Christian or whatever, because this is during that time period where Christians were looked down upon and shit. So, he doesn't really seem like he wants to fight in the beginning. So Ragnar's like, don't worry, just believe in this shit and everything will work itself out.
Believe in the commoner that believes.
Yeah, exactly. He's a great parental figure to Prince Canute. Speaking of which, we have the other character that hangs out with him, Willibald, who's a drunk preacher man. That's constantly, reading off scriptures and shit. Voiced by J. Michael Tatum, who you don't know Sebastian from Black Butler and Ida from My Hero Academia. Get another decent job. What's up?
What you're just gonna you're not gonna name off the Genshin character this time?
I don't even know that character's name off the top of my head. Help me out here.
Regrator.
Oh, there you go, Regrator. Yeah. I mean, we got enough Genshin people as it is. Especially with more coming up in the future. Again, I think he does a good job. He's also, he's like, where's the alcohol, man? I need to get drunk! I think he can even...
There's a scene where he's literally drinking from a barrel.
Yeah, dude, he might be able to give Venti a run for his money.
No. Just no. No one can.
You're just mean to my Venti. Okay, but out of the main characters, I saved the best for last. You knew I was saving him, Die.
Is it because they were listed on the main cast list?
No.
Or is it someone else?
It's Thorkel.
Oh yeah.
The greatest character in this. The dude uppercuts a fucking horse.
Yeah.
He throws logs to just at inhuman speeds.
Logs.
Yeah, that pierced like 5 people, dude. It's fucking awesome.
And spears.
Thorkel is the greatest character in this show. I don't care what anyone says. And he's basically Kenpachi. He's depressed when he hears there's a chance negotiations for the war might go well and it could end. Because that means there's no more people left for him to fight. Speaking of Kenpachi, he's voiced by Patrick Seitz. So, Kenpachi. And Endeavor from My Hero. Dude, he's literally just playing Kenpachi. It's fucking great. Thorkel is awesome. If nothing else, just watch the show for Thorkel alone. Nah, but... Thorkel doesn't really have much of a character arc simply because his character is already complete. He knows what he wants, and he knows what he's all about, and owns it. And that's what makes him so fun to watch. Exactly. He even makes the thing, it's like, I don't really care much who I follow, just as long as I get to fight. In fact, he even wants to fuck Thorfinn. I mean, fight Thorfinn, because Thorfinn is a really good challenge for him. So, yeah, Patrick Seitz, another voice actor, I think did a phenomenal job with him. It's one of the reasons why I almost can't wait to get to the Sentai dub, just to hear some of the takes on these people. But yeah. That's really it for main characters. Some of the other ones that are listed under main cast, I don't know why. Like, Thorfinn's family members, like his sister and mother. Yeah. His mom, Helga, voiced by, oh god, this name. Julia McIlvaine. I think that's Ray Chase's wife, if I'm not mistaken. Natalia from Levius.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she's only here for a couple of episodes.
And she's not even used as ad voices.
Yeah, same with Ilva. That's his sister.
Who's not ad voices either.
Yeah, she's voiced by Allegra Clark. Beto from Genshin Impact. There you go, there's more Genshin. You happy?
Could have at least used. You could have at least used JJK.
Yeah, but what fun would that be? Yeah, so again, they do fine. It's just they're barely there. I don't know why they're on the main cast. Speaking of main cast list, Ari, one of the other very minor younger Vikings from the first, like, 5 episodes. Then he just fucks off. Voiced by Billy Kometz, who I'm surprised we haven't covered here more, especially after sad news.
Well, probably because we haven't covered Shield Hero. We can cover Season 2 right now. It's shit. Anyways.
Yeah. We haven't covered Iruma-kun either. He's Alice in that. I'm not Alice, damn it, die!
Yes. Sounds like you.
I did fall for the trap. Anyway. And I mean, Billy Kometz is also a bunch of ad voices, so...
So at least they used him, unlike the other two.
Yeah. Speaking of ad voices, the ad voice recycling is really bad in this show, as to be expected. Not as bad as Platinum End. I don't think we'll ever hit that bad, but still, it's to be expected. There are numerous Ben Diskins all throughout. KG Tang voices several major characters.
But you also forgot the most important character, the ear.
Yeah, Ben Diskin voices the ear. That's what he's listed as on the cast list. He's a guy that puts his ear to the ground to hear ahead of everyone, so he's a scout. Yeah. And is he blind?
He's yeah, his pupils are like all white, so so I'm pretty sure he's blind and he has big ears, so he hears things in the distance with his big ass ears.
Yeah. And as I said earlier, he was the translator. A different Ben Diskin was the translator. Michael Tatum is also whored out a lot in this dub, too.
Especially as that goblin.
Yeah.
You'll know what we're talking about if you watch it.
Why wasn't the goblin Liam O'Brien? Remember, he was a goblin in Berserk. Kyle Aber's used a bit too. The one I'm disappointed was only ad voices was David Vincent, but that's only because I'm a mark for him. And I think it would have made a good Viking.
He was only ad voices in like the last 4 episodes.
Yeah. I think it would have made an awesome Viking. Maybe season 2. But yeah, the dub, honestly, I think was really good. Ad voice recycling aside, like, it's expected with LA dubs.
It's very expected with them.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious when we get to the Sentai dub to see how much it recycles. Speaking of which...
It's on the better side for an LA dub.
Yeah, the Sentai dub will be coming in April. Why? That way Vinland Season 2 is at least halfway over, so we'll have plenty to marathon. It'll give us time to catch up again and refresh our memory. That and also rewatching the same show twice again would be fun, but I also want us to get to Trigun before the remake starts. So...
That's gonna be bad.
What, the Trigun remake?
Because it's crunchy.
We'll see. But yeah. So if you haven't seen Vinland Saga yet, I tried keeping the spoilers to a minimum because major characters, like, this show is not shy about killing off mains, and you all know how much we appreciate that here. Right, 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they don't do an ass pull where it's like, you know, this character is suddenly healed out of nowhere. No, if the character is on death's door, they're going to die. But yeah, MVPs of the dub, for me at least, the 3 would be Alex, because of all the screaming he had to do, that could not have been easy. Kirk Thornton as Askeladd, and Patrick Seitz, because Thorkel.
And you know what kind of screaming if you've seen Demon Slayer?
Yeah. I would not be surprised if he threw out his voice a couple of times in this show, though. This is one of those anime, I think.
I mean, but how much he does screaming like that, probably not.
Yeah. This is one of those anime, though, I think even someone who doesn't watch much anime could probably get into it because of the, you know, really good writing and shit. This is one I feel even normies could like. And if you have already seen Vinland Saga and are looking for something similar, well, there's Gungrave, which is kind of like this, but in a mafioso setting, and there's the thing that inspired this, which is Berserk. Just watched the 97 anime. So, you've got options.
2016.
But as far as Vinland Saga Season 2, this is where things get even more confusing. So Season 2 is apparently listed to be simuldubbed by Crunchyroll. We don't know by which dub studio. And Netflix also lists season 2 under their coming soon to Netflix banner. And again, we don't know by which studio.
I mean, we know which studio from Netflix, let's be real.
We can assume, but we don't. The other thing too is we don't even know if Netflix are going to dub season 2. With dub licensing being this retarded, it could be they were only able to get sub licensing and Crunchyroll's exclusive dub rights. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
We already know which one it's not going to be, because Crunchyroll doesn't like to pay their voice actors.
Well, yeah. At least we know, though, some of the Sentai cast looks okay. I mean, from what I skimmed the cast list, I like Thorkel's voice actor in that. Hopefully he does a good job, though. Then again, maybe Crunchyroll will surprise us, and we don't know. We don't know which dub it'll be. This is going to be interesting to see. Who knows? Maybe both dubs will continue, which that'd be cool. More options is always better and all that shit. But I guess that's going to do it.
There's a high possibility of it happening.
Yeah, and I think that's great.
This is Netflix you're talking about.
Yeah.
They have money to burn.
Well,
and they always do it.
Yeah, so...
Right, watchers of Witcher Blood Origin?
Witcher Blood Orgy?
Yeah. None of that.
Well, either way. Coming up will be the OG Trigun. So, that's going to be fun. I haven't seen that show in years. But if you haven't seen Vinland yet, go watch it. I cannot stress that enough. The show's awesome. And we'll be back next time.
Yeah, but you know what the worst part of it was?
Not enough car chases.
That it ended.
Yeah, but we have a season 2. See, if we watched it when the dub first came out a year ago, then it would have been sad. We would have had to wait forever. What else have we all thought of Vinland Saga? And who your favorite character was and all that stuff. And we'll be back next time with more
Or she's going to say, and why it's Thorkel.
Exactly! Or Askeladd. Thorkel or Askeladd. But thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you have yourselves a great day. And if you didn't like Vinland, why? What is wrong with you? How could you not like Vinland, man? But alright, guys, have a great day. Till next time.